am not at Orchard Slope right now. I'm in my car watching my son practice baseball, but I wanted to get this video out there, and so I figured I would kill two birds with one stone and just get this recorded. I'm sorry, it's probably bad audio. It's really windy outside. I know the lighting's not great, so we're not going for perfection, but since my vlog is all about progress over perfection, I'm just gonna accept that there's probably gonna be cars going by. I mean, a bus just went by a minute ago, so here we go. So if you're new here, I'm Jessica. I live smack dab in the middle of a cherry orchard in a little house that we like to call Orchard Slope. And if you're not following along on social media, you should go over there because that's where all the magic happens. On Instagram, I like to share all sorts of recipes, tips and tricks on decorating, some homeschool stuff, some fun DIYs, and lots of kid-friendly activities and fun things to do with kids. So if you're not following on Instagram, get over there. Today we're going to talk about my living room, so come with me. We're going to decorate it. I took it back to a completely blank slate. It's completely empty, and we're just going to add in all the fun, cozy touches that make it go from like, meh, to like, yeah, that's what we're doing today. All right, here is our living room minus all of the cute decor. So basically I took it back to nothing. This is our main TV watching area. Behind those two sliding doors is our big giant TV that I like to keep covered, but when those doors are closed, it makes the walls on either side seem kind of boring. So I like to add in layers, and I use a lot of farmhousey touches, but you could use really anything that goes along with your style. Just by adding some layers in, it makes this little area seem much more inviting. Okay, so on the one side I used the little barn door and the ironing board to kind of create a vignette there with the chair. And then I used the ladder on the other side. The patina on the ladder and the color of the ironing board just kind of go together and set each other off. Okay, pillows and blankets are a must for me for a sitting area, because if this is a chair that you want me to come sit in and read a book, then you need to give me something to get cozy and cuddle up with. But just by layering them up, layer up your blankets and your pillows, different textures, different sizes, shapes, colors, it's going to add some visual interest to that chair. And now it's a place where I see that and I think, ooh, I want to sit there. That looks comfy. If you have not seen my blog post about creating vignettes, well, you should. But I will link it up down below. But basically, I'm just creating little vignettes here. The basic gist of it is odd numbers work best. So if you think about the door, the ironing board, and the chair as a little vignette, and then on the other side, you've got the ladder and the chair, and then I'm going to add in a little architectural piece here to kind of round it out. For some reason, odd numbers are just so much more appealing visually than even numbers. So obviously today's word is layer. Layer, layer, layers. I added some layers behind the chair. I added layers to the chair. Now I'm adding some layers even up to that ladder. Just by layering, it takes the space from like, it was okay before, but now it just has that homey feel. Buffet was pretty bare before, but I do always keep these corbels on here. They have a purpose. It's to cover up that black box that you can see there, which is some sort of, I don't know, antenna or something that our TV needs. But I like to add more to this buffet because it's kind of the central space in our living room, and so I tend to change it out seasonally. Keep in mind, for me, this space is below my TV, so I have to keep my vignette low, otherwise I can't use the remote for the TV, which really bothers my family. I think it's cute, but so normally for a vignette I would like to vary heights and things, but in this case I can't because I can't go any higher than the bottom of the television. books are a decorating staple for me. They're the first thing I look for at any thrift shop. I love the covers. I love everything about old books. But you can also do what I like to call naked books, and basically I just take a book that, it doesn't even have to be old, and you just rip the cover and the spine off, and it leaves you that rustic glued edge look. They're great for stacking things on, and they're completely neutral, so they're perfect. I know I'm like a broken record and I just keep saying texture and layer, but just keep thinking about different ways that everything feels. So we've got the soft greenery, we've got the scratchy nests, and we've got the cement hard birds, and they all have this different texture, and so it adds some visual appeal. Also, greenery is great because it adds in a little bit of a nature or natural touches, which always kind of makes a vignette come to life. So I know thrifting is not for everyone, but I got this birdhouse at the Goodwill, and it wasn't even the regular Goodwill, it was the Goodwill outlet, which is in our town. It's super sketchy Goodwill outlet that you go to, and it's in the bad part of town, and you pay by the weight. So instead of shopping like in aisles, you dig through these giant bins. And I saw this birdhouse and it was in the bottom of this bin, and I couldn't even reach it. I had to dig in with this old broomstick handle. Just so gross. But I wanted it really bad because it was so unique, and I love to find things that are totally mine. That is something that nobody else will have on their TV stand, and I love that. So here's a good example of how important layering is. That little plant is fine there in the little black pot. That's how it comes from IKEA, and it looks fine. But then you add it into the galvanized planter, which is actually from Hobby Lobby, and it just makes that plant come to life. It looks more realistic. It now adds in some character, and it's just so much cuter. All of the layers just add some life to this space. Now I want to grab the blanket, cuddle up in that chair, and hang out instead of just seeing an empty space with no personality to it. Moving on to this poor bare coffee table. I like to put everything on my table, my dining table or my coffee table, on a large tray. That way when my kids need this space or they want to play, we can just grab the entire tray and move it instead of trying to undecorate the table piece by piece. So it just makes it a little more kid-friendly. Since this space is right there in my living room with the buffet, I wanted to keep it all kind of the same. So I used the same flowers, same books, same color scheme, and it just makes it a lot more cohesive that way. I have people all the time who are telling me that they don't like their furniture doesn't fit in now with their new style. And we've had these couches forever. We actually had them before we built our house, and we had plans to get new ones. We just never have. We've just never taken the time to do it. And for a while, I was kind of lamenting the fact that I didn't love these couches in this space. And then I just decided to change it. And I bought these couch covers, and now I kind of love them because they make it so easy with the cats. But, okay, so sorry about that. I didn't know you were going to get like a close encounter with my bum here in this video. So, apologies. But anyways, I think that we have to kind of keep in mind that we shouldn't decorate for the house that we want to have someday. Like, we shouldn't wait until we have the couch that we want or the house that we want or anything like that. We just have to deal with what we have and make it what we love. And so I think if we can take something that we don't necessarily think is perfect and then just make it ours, then it can help us to love the home that we're in instead of constantly wanting something new. When I was actually really tired of the brown couch, I found this blanket. It's just a chenille bedspread. I found it at a junk show and I loved the texture of it. And I brought it home and I threw it over the couch. And it gave me a good idea that what I wanted was a layered farmhouse look couch. So that helped me to decide that I wanted to spend the money on a couch cover because I knew that I had loved this blanket on there. So instead of just being unhappy with the couch, I kind of just decided this is the couch that I have right now, and so let's make it pretty. You guessed it, I'm layering and adding texture to the couch. So with different shapes, sizes, colors of pillows, and layering them on top of the blanket, on top of the cover with the little blanket on the edge, it just makes that space feel like, oh, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna grab that blanket, and I'm gonna cozy up on this couch and take a nap. So you can see I really like to use what I've got. Those ticking striped pillows were from Walmart, but I didn't really like the words on the one side so much because I just wanted some plain pillows. But I got them anyway because they were like $10, and then I just flip them over backwards because nobody looks at the back of your pillows. And then if I want the words to show, then I just flip it back around. Easy peasy. Okay, one more plug for thrifting. That basket is one of my favorites. I got it at the Goodwill, and people ask about it all the time, and I can't tell them where to go grab one, and so it's just unique to me, and I love that. The little galvanized buckets are also thrifted, but they had a Home Goods sticker, so they are originally from Home Goods. The plants are from IKEA, and then I love thrifted books. They're my favorite. That book on the top is actually an old version of Little Women, which I love because that's my favorite book. And then, the hen was a fun story. So I bought the hen like a year ago and it was all taped shut. And so I finally just opened it up the other day to put it out, and there was a little baby hen inside. So for a couple bucks, I got 2 hens. And that is it. So I essentially just added in lots of layers, lots of textures, and a whole bunch of my personality. I put my vintage finds in there, my favorite little thrifted items, and it just feels more like me, more like home, and a space that I want to hang out in. Thank you for decorating with me today. If you felt inspired, I would love a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. And also, you're going to want to check out my last video, which was all about how I style my open shelves. And one more thing, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, because in the next couple weeks, some of my favorite friends from Instagram are headed over here to this YouTube channel to show off some tours of their homes, and you are not going to want to miss it. So hit the subscribe button, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.